What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Reformed Reader, the channel where we review different forms of media through the lens of a Christian who is under the authority of the scriptures. My name is Josh, and today we are just going to be doing our monthly wrap-up for the month of September. Again, I have said it every month that I've been on here. This is absolutely insane that September is already gone. And if you guys are like, oh, Josh is dressing up a little bit. I just got home from church. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and film and we'll spruce things up just a little bit. We got a little bit of a long one this month, which is hilarious. And you'll see why in just a minute. So let's jump right in and go over what did I read. So the first book that I read was Kingdoms of Death by Christopher Rocchio. Absolutely love this book. It has been my favorite of the series so far. It had some really weighty things in there. If you guys are not looking for the space opera / fantasy / horror book, this probably will not be the book for you, but if you are, you're going to absolutely love this. I had a great time with it. And then I was sent an arc of American Paladin Dust Sacrifice from the guys over at Art Press. So thank you, Dave and Larry, so much. It was excellent. I really enjoyed it. The only thing that I wish was different is that I wish it was longer. Yeah, it was really good. It was really cool. It was great to have to change up the medium a little bit rather than just, pumping through novels and the written word all the time. It was great to see the artwork. That comes out, I believe, for those of you that have backed the Kickstarter, I think we'll get those in late November. I know we'll get them before the end of the year, unless something happens. So yeah, I was really excited to that and got to talk to Larry Correa, which that was fantastic. I had a great time with it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, because I had a great time. And then I only read one other thing, and that is Ashes of Man by Christopher Rocchio. Absolutely loved this novel, and I said Kingdoms of Death was my favorite, and that was up until I read Ashes of Man. Now, this may be an unpopular opinion, but Ashes of Man, it's my favorite of the series so far. I had mentioned that I'm a moments reader, that I've said that I really love those really impactful moments, and with each book, you get at least one of those really, really big moments. And man, this one just got me. It had several in there, and they were all heavy hitters. I mean, I was pretty misty-eyed for the last 4 chapters. I was misty-eyed in the first couple of chapters, and then I got misty-eyed in the middle of the book. So yeah, this one really hit home. I mean, I think it was a home run by Christopher Rocchio, but you can definitely see where the split took place between Kingdoms of Death and Ashes of Man. But there were parts of the end of Kingdoms of Death and the beginning of Ashes of Man, without spoilers, that wasn't even going to be in there, but he put it in there so that he would have a defining end point for Kingdoms of Death and a jumping off point for Ashes of Man. And I am so glad that took place, because I really needed that part of the story. And if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. So that's all I read. And if you guys are like, you only read 3 books, what happened? It's been a tumultuous month, and so I'm gonna kind of insert a new little segment here that I don't know that I'll keep, but it's just life updates. And so, this past month, for those of you guys that follow the channel, you saw the video I put out about Charlie Kirk. That really weighed heavy on my conscience for quite a while. Maybe not on my conscience, that's probably not the right vernacular there, but it weighed heavy on my spirit, and I just found myself with a loss of appetite for really any entertainment for a couple of weeks. And so I've told you guys before, if I don't feel like reading, I don't read. If I don't feel like watching TV, I don't do that. I didn't want to, and I was right at the middle, or right kind of near the end of Kingdoms of Death, if you guys saw my review. And I was at the major point in Kingdoms of Death when this took place. And so that just, I didn't want to hate read it, so I just kind of put it on pause. That's why it took me so long to read it. But yeah, it just that, and then I'm dealing with some real life stuff. Nothing super heavy, or anything. At least not to everybody. I'm I don't have some sort of illness or anything, really. Nothing too serious. I'm just dealing with job stuff. I'm dealing with a lot of work issues right now, and it's kind of been coming to a head, and it kind of has. The past couple of weeks. So I've really been kind of stressed there. I do have some back issues. I was born with spina bifida, so I have some pretty heavy back issues, and that has thrown me out of the loop a little bit too. Because if I have a very strenuous day at work and my back is killing me, I don't really want to read. I just kind of want to rest and relax. So I have all these circumstances, and I'm not like boo-hoo. I'm not here for like to try to get sympathy from everybody or anything like that. But I will say that I've had a hard month this month, and it shows through what I haven't read. So but we did get to do a couple of cool little things. I got to take my kids to the Georgia Aquarium this past weekend, and we had a lot of fun doing that. So the long weekend and the little weekend getaway for us tends to be very refreshing. On top of that, we got to spend some time with one of my closest friends that I go to church with. We got to go on just a little double date with him and his wife, and that was for my brothers and sisters. That's just a balm to my spirit. I mean, it really is great. I mean, there's a reason why we're not supposed to forsake the assembly, the fellowship of each other. It's not for God's sake; it's for ours. He sets that up for our sake. So I really hope you guys are taking full advantage of that. You guys are able to just sort of have a decompression day, or maybe one night a month, just go out on a date night or something with like a double date night with some Christian brothers and sisters, or just have people over, because that I'm telling you that has really helped me this month. So yeah, I won't ramble on too much there, because I definitely can. Let's get into what am I going to read, and it's a pretty lengthy list. So part of it is I dropped the ball last month, and there were several books that I was supposed to read and just didn't. I just didn't have time, and the time that I did have, I spent it having to deal with other things that required my attention. And so, like, I didn't get to The Will of the Many. I didn't get to the book that I was supposed to read for my wife because she won that game. I didn't get to The Last Light of Edgewood by Luke Boswell. I didn't get to Mere Christianity. And those were book club reads. I didn't get to either one of those. So yeah, I mean, it's just life happens, So let's go into what am I going to read. I'm going to start out with Academy of Outcasts by Larry Correia. This is what I'm currently reading at the time of recording this. I definitely have to prioritize that because the folks over at Athon Books sent me an arc of this, which thank you so much. And so I want to read this and have that review out prior to its release, which is October 7th. So I got to kind of get on the ball with that one, because I do want to put that review out soon so that I can promote his work. And I'm really looking forward to it. It sounds like a ton of fun. So the second one is going to be The Inn at Ocean's Edge, which is the Colleen Coble book that my wife chose for me to read. So I'm definitely going to pick that one up. And then with it being, October and the Halloween season, I want to lean into that just a little bit. I'm not a huge horror guy, but I do kind of like some of the creepier books. And so I'm going to read The Heart Taker by A.M. Wiley. This is the author that wrote Weird Space. So this is another priority read for me. Really looking forward to this one. It's supposed to be like that 80s high school monster movie where one of the students is actually secretly a monster. It may not be your kind of thing, but that sounds great to me. I also know that I can trust A.M. Wiley. He's a good brother, and but that doesn't mean that we can't write good stories, and he definitely does. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And then another priority read is going to be My Father's Land, and this is by my friend Amos, A.C. Wilson. He sent me this a few months back, and I've just, for some reason, just kept putting it off. I'm not putting it off anymore. Priority read. It will be read in the month of October, probably pretty soon, actually. And then I've only got two more priority reads. One of them is going to be Lost Boy, and this is by Christina Henry. And this was recommended to me through not just Sam, but Shay over Zach Shay, or Shay's Library, I think his channel. It is sort of like a grimdark retelling of Peter Pan. So this is telling the story of Captain Hook. So that sounded really cool. And all of these are pretty short. And then the last priority read is going to be Disquiet Gods by Christopher Rocchio. I'm going to put this at the very end of the month. I plan to read this like the last week of October, bleeding into November. So this is, getting ready for Shadows Upon Time. I can't be more excited to jump into Disquiet Gods, especially after the ending of Ashes of Man. So what are some other ones on my list? I've got several. And it's because I just kind of want to do like, not only am I doing mood reading, but I kind of want to do like an indie month for the most part. And so like, I really want to read Weird Space 2, Dawn of the Warriors by A.M. Wiley. Love the first one, so I do want to jump into that one. I want to jump into Wagons and Wyverns by Z.S. Diamani. I really want to read The Last Light of Edgewood by Luke Boswell, and The Deathless Beast, which is book 1 in Andrew Meredith's Collation saga. It's either Collation or Caladian, I'm not sure. I've heard people pronounce both. So Andrew, you can correct me in the comments. I think it's Collation Saga. But yeah, that's a pretty stacked list. But I do have priority reads, so I'm going to get to those. And the great thing about these books and this list is that each book is pretty short. And so these are like one-day reads for me, maybe 2. And so with October being a longer month, I'm looking forward to really plowing through some books. So yeah, can't wait to dive into these books this coming month. So now let's talk about what's coming up on the channel. I'm still going to be posting my book reviews every Wednesday, and I try to do a book review of whatever I finished reading. I try to prioritize that so that way you can get my fresh thoughts on it. I am still going to sprinkle in some of these other more popular series that I've read the past few years. So I'm definitely going to throw those in there as well. But then I'm going to throw in a few more book reviews, some from my son. My son really wants to do a few more book reviews. He's got some books that he's read that he's really loved. Some of them he took right off of my shelves. So I definitely want to give him the opportunity. Plus, for those of you with young readers, I think these reviews are going to be excellent for you guys. So that way, maybe you can go, hey, this is something that I could pick up for my son. I very well may be transitioning to 3 videos a week this month. I don't know that I'll keep it at that, but I think I want to go to 3 videos a week this month. So I think I'm still going to do Sunday and Wednesday, and then maybe Friday. And then I may just post shorts kind of as I feel necessary. Like I've had a lot of fun with them as of late. So I may post more rather than just one a week. I may post several more. So yeah, it should be a pretty stacked month of videos, because on top of that, I'm still going to do my library rankings or library ratings. So I have that one coming up. I've got parts of it filmed. I've got to finish filming the rest and then edit it, and I should have that one out pretty quickly. Then I'm going to do a 2025 TBR update. If you guys have been following the channel at all, you've probably seen that I posted a video. I'm going to put it somewhere right here. That was 25 books for 2025. And we're just going to see how I've been doing. Have I been keeping with my TBR schedule? And am I going to hold to it for the remainder of the year? Spoiler alert, I've probably done a pretty poor job. But that'll be a fun video, because we'll all get a good laugh at my expense. Then I'm going to do a video of my top 10 authors. This has been a hard one. I actually filmed quite a bit of it and then changed my mind, and kept changing my mind and kept rearranging. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to refilm it once I get a hard list down, especially after reading a couple of books that I've read recently. That has really shaken up my top 10 authors. So that'll be a fun one. And then right after, I'm going to post a video on my least favorite book written by one of my favorite authors. So I'm going to go through my top 10 authors, and then out of those authors, I'm going to go through each of them, and I'm going to list what my least favorite book of theirs was. So that'll be a pretty fun one. And then one of the last videos I'm going to do that I have kind of like scheduled is why I won't read Stephen King. I have reasons. I have a lot of reasons, and I kind of want to share them with you. So especially with it being the month of October, I think it's quite timely. So other than that, I don't have anything scheduled, but I would like to do another challenge video with my wife. Those are super fun. You guys seem to like them, but even if you guys didn't, we have a lot of fun filming them. So I think I'm going to do another one of those, and maybe this time actually stick to the schedule if I lose and have to read a book. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up in the month of October as far as videos go. So it's a pretty busy month, and I hope that you guys are going to be able to get a lot of information and entertainment from me this coming month. Okay, so now this leads me to my book haul. The book haul of this month. It thankfully has been pretty short. So I'm going to start off with 3 books. And if you guys have been following my book mail shorts, you will have already seen this. But book number 1 is Weird Space by A.M. Wiley. You guys know how much I loved this book. Really did. Had a ton of fun with it. So I had to pick it up, the physical copy, because I only had the ebook. So absolutely loved Weird Space. Wanted a physical copy of this. So obviously I had to pick up book number 2, which is Dawn of the Warriors. Again, I can't say that. Dawn of the Warriors. I go Warriors. But anyway, so Weird Space 2, Dawn of the Warriors. Yeah, physical copy. Such a cool cover. I love these covers. I love that he makes them look kind of worn and tattered, but it's brand new. I really like that. It actually makes me more inclined to like crack it open because it adds character to it. Really cool. And so then the 3rd book, also by A.M. Wiley, I've already talked about, is The Heart Taker. And you can see this, pretty sinister looking character here. So this looks like one of those like 80s horror type movies. I think it's exactly what it looks like. So Mr. Wiley, you've done a fantastic job with art directing and conveying to us, the reader, exactly what we're about to get into. So this looks really good. And again, look, these are all super short. So these are like 1, maybe 2 day reads for me. So really looking forward to jumping in to this one and this one this month, and have absolutely loved Weird Space. So that's the first 3. Now I'm going to go over the next 2 books that I received. These were from The Broken Binding. I've been waiting on these, and to nobody's surprise, the first one is Kingdoms of Death. Now, some of you may be like, wait, what? That's not the Kingdoms of Death cover, because it's actually this one. So this is the Broken Binding cover. But I love these traditional covers. I love both. And so the Broken Binding has actually, they sent everybody that ordered these, the traditional covers, so extra dust jackets, in case you wanted to display them in that way. So I got Kingdoms of Death, which, man, such a good book. Really, really sick cover too. These are just fantastic. And they've got some of the best quotes on the back. I don't want to share them too much because I don't want to give anything away to you guys that haven't read it yet. So I got Kingdoms of Death and Ashes of Man. And let me just tell you, not only is this my favorite book in the series so far, but I think Sam and Christopher Rocchio and a few others of you, like Matt and Doug, I think you guys have sort of convinced me that I think this is my favorite cover. I think this is my favorite cover art. I really, really love this cover art. Now, the Broken Binding cover is just as cool. Super cool. I really, really, really like those. And I don't know which one I'm going to stick with permanently. But right now, I'm in the mood to do the traditional covers. I just love the way they line up. I actually haven't looked at this since I finished it last night. I actually stayed up past midnight to read this book to make sure I got it finished. So these books are just something else. Now, another reason, and you guys are probably going to get a kick out of this, but another reason why I got the Broken Binding editions of these books is because I'm really looking forward to Disquiet Gods. But for those of you that know the background of the way that these were published and things, that Disquiet Gods was published by Baen Books. They picked it up because the other publisher, they dropped him. They dropped the series. There's a million reasons why. There's some great videos out there on why. And so Baen decided to go, hey, we'll pick it up. Theirs and Christopher's ongoing relationship, it was great that they were like, hey, we'll pick the series up because we've loved it and we know it's successful. And well, all of that being said, the issue there is that the hardcovers are like, I'm talking like half an inch taller than the rest of the books. And well, then the original publisher picked up the last book. And so you're going to have all of the hardbacks match except the last one. The last one's going to stick up about half an inch. And some of you are like, who cares? I do. I care. So I wanted not only these special editions, which are all signed, by the way. I really love that these are all going to match. So Kingdom of Death, Ashes of Man, fantastic. Okay, so I've got a couple more. The next 2 I have actually been waiting on for like 2 years. Now, some of you may be going, what? But yeah, so there was a Kickstarter a couple of years ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, by over at Wraithmarked Publishing. And the first one is Iron Prince by Bryce O'Connor and Luke Kimilenko, I guess is how you pronounce it. So these were only in ebook form for the longest time. And so they finally decided to like publish hardbacks. And look at these things. They're super, super thick. Really, really cool. I love, look at this artwork. I absolutely love, it's almost anime. Very Yumi and the Nightmare Painter-esque, which I love, by the way. The naked hardback is really, really cool. They came with these really cool bookmarks. See if I can get it in the light. Yeah. A lot of people have criticized because not only have we waited on these books for a long time, they are signed, but I'm going to show you. They were signed with a golden Sharpie, and for some reason, the Sharpie did not mix well with the ink on the page. And so if I were to show you this, it does not look signed until I move it around, and you can see it just a little bit right there. And the camera actually picks it up way better than it is in person. In person, it looks like a grease mark on the signature page. So there's been a lot of pushback because these books weren't super cheap. Again, I don't even remember how much they were because I bought them like 2 years ago. A lot of pushback. So they gave everybody, I think, like a $5 or $10 credit, something like that. So that's book 1. And then I also got book 2, which is Fire and Song. And this one is just by Bryce O'Connor. Really, really cool. Really looking forward to diving into these books. I know Andrew over Andrew's Wizardly Reads talks a ton about these. He talked about how great they are. I've heard that it is, I know it's like science fantasy. I've heard it's if you like Ender's Game, but it's like Ender's Game with adults. And I think it's like sci-fi gladiators kind of. But yeah, really, really looking forward to these. These are going to be next year reads for sure. So then I was sent 3 books by an indie publisher. His name is Thomas Prestopnik. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know. But he said, just call me Thomas Presto. So I got these 3 books from Thomas. The first one is Gabriel's Journey. Yeah, so this is a very, very short one. Really cool. And then I got sent Dream Trail. I think maybe this was his debut. Really, really cool. And I'll leave the links down in the description below. And then he sent me this one, which my son is tickled to death over, which is an entire trilogy. It's the Endora trilogy. And so this has 3 books in it. This is a middle grade book. So my son is ready to dive into this pretty quickly. Thomas, thank you so much for sending these. I appreciate it so much. It's crazy to me that you guys would even think to send me anything. So that's awesome. And then the last few that I picked up, I got all these at Second and Charles, which is, I think it's owned by Books A Million, but it's a bookstore where they also buy and sell used books. And so I found this trilogy, and I got the entire trilogy for like $8. And I had seen them before, was really intrigued by them. Finally, I was like, okay, these are $2 a piece, roughly. So yeah, let's see what it's about. And they're brand new. So the first one is The Wolf by Leo Carew. This is the Under the Northern Sky trilogy, Under the Northern Sky trilogy. So this is book 1. And then I also picked up book 2, which is The Spider. I really like these covers too, by the way. And then I picked up book 3, which is The Cuckoo. So this is a completed trilogy. And from the research I've done, there's nothing that is going to hold me back from reading these. So fantastic. Again, got all 3 of these for $8, and that's a lot of reading for $8. So really looking forward to diving into those. So those are the books that I picked up this month, which leads me into the monthly giveaway. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty special one for this month. So the first book that I'm going to give away, with it being October, it being that Halloween season, I thought what would be the perfect pairing, but book 1 of A.M. Wiley's series, Weird Space. This is an excellent, excellent book to read in October. So yeah, I'm going to be giving a copy of Weird Space away to one of you. I absolutely love this book. All you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and leave me a comment down below that says Weird Space, and you'll be entered to win. And then I'm going to do the drawing for this coming Friday. Okay, because I want to get these books to you soon, so that way you are able to read it in the month of October. So Weird Space by A.M. Wiley. It's the first book. I'm going to send you a free copy of it. I hope you guys love it. So yeah, just be subscribed to the channel and leave me a comment down below that says Weird Space. So the second one I'm going to give away, again, with it being October, I was like, I kept looking at my bookshelf and I kept seeing this book, and I just realized I'm never going to pick this book back up. I'm never going to revisit it. And that is Swan Song by Robert McCammon. So yeah, this book had a lot of things that really worked for me, and it had a lot of things that didn't work so well for me. I have posted a dedicated review of the book on the channel. This is a huge book. Now, if you want Swan Song, again, same rules apply. Have to be subscribed to the channel. Make sure you leave a comment down below that says Swan Song. Before you do, please, please, please watch my video on my review of this book, because this is not going to be a book for everybody. So I'd rather it go to somebody that really, that's pretty sure they're really going to love it and appreciate it. It's a pretty heavy book in more than one way. Yeah, I'm just not going to revisit it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it to somebody that's going to cherish it. I'm also going to be doing this giveaway this Friday. So if you guys want Swan Song, comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because I'm going to have to check. Because I've had people just flood in these videos that want free stuff because they see giveaway. They want free stuff, and so then they're like, ooh, I want something free, but I don't have to be subscribed to the channel. But I started doing these giveaways because I want to say thank you to those of you guys that have been supporting me this whole time. I don't know how else I can say thank you other than saying it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this book giveaway for you guys that have been so supportive and encouraging. And so with that being said, my wife actually was looking at her bookshelves, and she realized that she found some books that she's not going to revisit either. And so this one's going to be more for the ladies. For any of you ladies that like Christian fiction, especially Christian fiction romance, she wanted me to put these on here. So these are, this is a Denise Hunter trilogy. The first one is Mending Places, Saving Grace, and Finding Faith. And so she was like, I think I'm just going to donate these to Goodwill. And I was like, let's give them to somebody on the channel that's going to love these. Again, these are like Christian romance, Christian fiction. I think there can be some heavier themes in here, so, you know, be aware of that. But for any of you ladies that are interested, again, just leave me a comment down below that says Denise Hunter, and you'll be entered in to win these. Guys, if you think your wives would like these, yeah, throw your name in the hat. Now, you guys can enter the giveaway for all three if you want. I don't mind one bit. So if you want all three, leave me a comment down below for Weird Space, Swan Song, and Denise Hunter. And I'll know, hey, I'm going to put your name in the hat. Again, be subscribed to the channel, and leave me a comment down below with one of, or all of, or any combination of the books that you want to be entered in to win. And I'll be doing the drawing for the first two this coming Friday, which is Weird Space and Swan Song. And I'll be doing the drawing for the Denise Hunter books, I think, the next Friday, which I'm not sure when that is. That would be the 10th. It'll be October 3rd for the first two, and October 10th for the Denise Hunter books. Just thank you guys so much for watching and supporting, and I hope you guys love these books. And so this leads me into the final section, which is my YouTube spotlight. So I want to spotlight three people today, and it was just sort of coincidental that it worked out this way, but I'm going to be promoting three different ladies. So the first being Megan Nagel from Megan's Reading Revelations. She has way more subscribers than me, so I don't think she needs any help from me, but I have loved her channel. She's got such good content. She reads really fast, and she reads a ton of different things. I can go to her channel for recommendations for all different kinds of books, and all of her videos are not only top-notch in quality, but they're really informative, so I really enjoy them. Plus, I really want you guys to go and support her, because she's expecting, I think, this month. Congratulations, sister. So excited for you. Loved your video that you put out. So thrilled, praise God. But yeah, you guys go check out Megan's Reading Revelations and flood her videos, because I have a feeling with her expecting her first baby on the way this month, that her videos will probably, they'll probably take a back seat. So let's flood her channel with views, so that way we can get more eyes on her channel, because she really does deserve it. So the next two are Instagram accounts. The first one is my friend and sister Jillian over at She Reads Christian Fiction. Her Instagram account is great. This is specifically for you ladies that love Christian fiction, and so she is such a good and supportive sister. She's also hilarious, but her content is great. It's top notch. So for any of you ladies or any of you husbands that have wives that love Christian fiction, go and check out her channel because it's fantastic. She is a wonderful person. So just go and again, go and follow her page because it is great. So the last one's going to be my friend and sister in Christ, Sarah, over at Reader of the Midwest. This is for any of you that love science fiction and fantasy. This is like, that's her cup of tea. She is a Red Rising aficionado. I mean, she is a huge lover of the series. So that tells you what kind of books she likes to read. She has flown through Sun Eater and loved it, from what I understand. It's just a great resource, again, for those of us that are not only Christian, but we just love good. We love reading good stories. Make sure you go over there and check out Sarah's page as well. I'll have them all linked down below. I've gotten a lot out of all three of these ladies, and I hope you do too. Their channels and pages are absolutely wonderful. So please go and support them. Okay, so it's been a long one. Yeah, it's been a long video because it's been a long month. Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really does not go unnoticed. Every comment, I love hearing from you guys. I love getting conversed back and forth with you guys. I love getting to make fun of me with you guys. It's always a good time. So I just want to say thank you again for those of you that are interested in the giveaways. It's Weird Space, Swan Song, and Denise Hunter. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and that you leave me a comment down below of which of these books, and maybe all of them, that you're interested in, and I'll enter you in to win the giveaway. I'm really looking forward to this month. I think the proverbial page has turned as far as some of the circumstances surrounding me as of late. So yeah, really looking forward to the coming month of October. I hope you guys have a great week ahead. Hope you have a great month of reading ahead of you. Again, just thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. Thank you again, and I will see you on the next one.